Hello, everybody. Hello. Good day. I want to make sure you can hear me. We're about to get started, going live right now on Facebook, if it will. I got locked out last night. We are live on Instagram and we're live on Facebook for our Q&A session. All right, I'm live on Facebook now. Hey, everybody. Hey, Karen Klein. We're trying to get used to Zoom and the features on Zoom. Could y'all hear that music? Because I was muted, but could y'all hear the music on your end? Okay, I had it right then. Good. One of my favorite songs. How about that? A 52-year-old man liking that song, but I love it. It fires me up. What about y'all? Scars to Your Beautiful. It's called Scars to Your Beautiful by Alicia. I think it's Alicia Sakara or something like that. Can't play those on social media because you get blocked. But anywho, welcome everybody. Excuse me. Good to have you. Good to have everybody. Good to see you. Great results for our challenges. I mean, just y'all, it's just crazy if you go to the orange tab in the website and look at the challengers and how well they're performing in December, it's something to really be positive about. God is really blessing those that are doing their best. And we appreciate your effort. I know God is going to bless you for that effort. And is the challenges, just the weight that is being lost on these challenges is just astronomical. So great job, everybody. Great job. Recognition. The Shibboleth family, the members that have self-reported over the last 7 days, 528 pounds down. Yesterday's weight loss didn't have very many people report. It was 41.5 pounds. Teresa Barksdale earned her 10-pound badge. Katina Artis, 50-pound badge. Preston Logsdon earned the 10% shirt. And goodness, we give away a lot here. 21 perfect days. Self-mastery badge, two 21 perfect days. 2 people earned their self-mastery badge. Great job. It being December, that's good. Nobody earned the fast track badge yesterday. We've got 37,000 people that have still not earned their fast track badge. And that's where the journey really begins, is in earning that fast track badge. And these 11 a.m. sessions that I do, they'll be much more meaningful for you if you've earned that fast track badge, because we talk about things like food combining, and that can scare you off if you haven't went through the beginner course, the fast track course, and went through the LAP system. I recommend that you do that. That's why you signed up. So please do that so that you can get the most out of the Monday through Friday 11 a.m. support sessions. So with that said, I'll quit fussing at you and introduce myself. My name's Travis Martin. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medication. Program's changed my life, and it's changed tens of thousands of other lives too. And for that, we just say, bless the name of the Lord for all times. I mean, my goodness, God is really blessing us and blessing you all with more health. And you know what they say, health is wealth. So outstanding, outstanding what God is doing here with the Shibboleth family. This is our Q&A session. We've got 3 types of members here: free community members, lifetime members, and partners. And we appreciate you all. We especially appreciate our partners. We've had 1 new partner join this week. We need more partners. We want to thank our existing partners. Y'all are really making a way for us to save lives and to help people. It means so much. So let's get this started. And feel free on Facebook or on Instagram to ask questions too. We are ministry first and foremost. We want to be a help to every willing and wanting heart. So let's get it started. What questions do you have today? What things are you stuck on? What things have got you down? What are the excuses you find yourself making? The objections that play over and over in your minds? Tell me what's going on so that we can move you forward. Probably if you've got some sort of problem, some sort of challenge that you're up against related to losing weight, I've probably been through it. And if I haven't been through it, I know someone who has. I've been doing this 20 years and I can help you. You know, most of our success is going to be found between our ears, in our brain. You know, there's a joke that says, it's like a, what do you call it, a Joan, where someone says, when I look in one of your ears, I see a sign in there that says room for rent. That's how I operated my eating lifestyle most of my life. I just kept eating and eating and eating, and I kept expecting a different result, you know, but it's just biological. If you eat a surplus of calories and you don't optimize your hormones, you're going to gain weight. If you operate in a calorie deficit and you optimize your hormones, you're going to lose weight. But I kept doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And then one day I awoke from my sleep and my slumber and realized it was high time that I put behind those ways, what I said about myself, not you, gluttonous ways. I had to put those behind me, and I had to find a lifestyle that was practical, sustainable, and fun. And I did that. And now it's a pleasure to get to teach other people this amazing lifestyle. Tabitha, way to go. Good job. All right, Pam, just wondering if anyone besides me had problems trying to watch a video on the Shibby site and their journal page starts talking. I'm going to leave that to everybody else. Maybe Tammy, if you'll screenshot that, keep that in mind. I'm not aware of any problems on the website. It doesn't mean they don't exist. Bethany, I'm doing the Wonderful Life Challenge and we're going to eat Chinese tomorrow for my friend's birthday. Can I still eat following the restaurant guide on the challenge, or should I take a challah meal? I already have. Hey, you're asking, I appreciate the question. Bethany, you're doing that thing that we all do though. You need somebody to relieve, I think you're needing somebody to relieve the guilt. Does that make sense? Like it would help you if I said, yes, you need to have this specific food at the Chinese restaurant that's approved. Or it would even help you if I said, I hope this helps everybody. It would also help you if I said, oh yeah, take a challah meal, because it would relieve the guilt and the anxiety. I suspect that's usually my situation. They call it transference of burden. You're trying to transfer the burden of that decision. And that's one of the things we all have to work on. Do you feel that you earned the right? Have you worked hard enough to earn the right to have a challah meal at the Chinese restaurant? And then do you have a big enough why? And is the process of losing weight pleasurable enough to you that after that challah meal at the Chinese restaurant, you're able to get back on your lifestyle because you love your lifestyle? Then if that's the case, I'd probably have a challah meal. But if you feel that you haven't worked hard enough and you've already taken some holidays, or through the remainder of the challenge, perhaps you're going to need to preserve those challah meals and have them later when you're having a family event or something. See, then you don't want to have a challah meal. But what we all do, and this may not have anything to do with what Bethany's going through psychologically, I'm using it for the group. We want to transfer our burden, the burden of choice. We need someone to relieve the guilt and the regret that we would feel if we have a challah meal. We need somebody to tell us it's all right. And the truth is, what we need to do, as far as our conscience goes about things of this nature, is we need to have a lifestyle where we know that our lifestyle is such that we work hard most of the time on our health, on our fitness, on personal development. We're working hard enough most of the time that when we take one of our 6 challah meals a month, there's no guilt, there's no regret, and we're not worried about, this is critical too, we're not worried about, are we going to get back on our program? A lot of people don't want to take a holiday because they're afraid they won't get back on the program. That is a sure sign that you're not enjoying this process. You're only doing this to get a result. That never works. That will never work. Not as it relates to your eating lifestyle. People don't do things the rest of their life that they don't have to do that cause them pain. So like me, I have no problem having a challah meal, and I have no issue with worrying that I'm not going to be able to get back going, because every challah meal that I have, it's really just a change of pace for me. And it makes me appreciate how I live and eat even more. I'm always looking forward to getting right back to Shibboleth. Example, when the last 4-day vacation we had, I had a 4-day, went on a business trip, but there was some pleasure connected to it. And it was 4 days. And I said, I'm going to blow it all 4 days. I'm just going to have a holiday. I've earned the right. And the truth was, after 1 day of that, I was uninterested any longer. I so love and feeling like I feel. I love the lifestyle. So that's another thing I think that our group has to work on. Remapping, rewiring our relationship with food, how we think about it. If you're feeling deprived, if you go to a Chinese restaurant and you're trying to have a perfect day and you feel deprived, something's wrong, y'all. That doesn't mean we quit. That means we keep asking God, our physician, to do some healing within us. So I can go to any Chinese restaurant and have a beautiful Shibboleth perfect day. If I know I'm going to a restaurant, I'm typically fasting. If it's planned, I'm fasting and I'm paying it forward. And then if I'm having a perfect day at the Chinese restaurant, I'm gonna have like mugu gai pan without the rice and some hot and sour soup. I earned the right and it's all approved. Boom. If I'm having a challah meal, I'm gonna eat whatever they got. And then tomorrow I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get on the scales, and the scales are gonna be up about 4 pounds of bloat. But by that night, because I'm back on my lifestyle, happy on my journey, that 4 pounds is gone. So these are decisions we have to make. And what we all want to do is transfer the burden of choice, because we're not fit. Our relationship with food still isn't on point. So not that that's Bethany's problem, Bethany. I'm just trying to use that for everybody. For you, it may just be, something else you're going through emotionally. So now I want to ask, though, as I go down the thread, Bethany, what do you think you'll do at the Chinese restaurant? Inquiring minds. Sandy, I signed up over a year ago. I did complete the fast track, but I still don't know where to start. I feel overwhelmed, so I give up. I've said many prayers asking for guidance. I have over 150 to lose. Please help. Have expert help for you. And it doesn't cost you anything, Sandy. Have you gotten a mentor appointment to come up with a meal plan that's simple and practical and fun for you, one that you love the foods on it? Since you're struggling putting your own meal plans together and life is seeming to overwhelm you, and then the program's overwhelming you, you're in fine company. There's a lot of people that go through that thing. But if we get that mentor appointment, if you could just invest 20 to 30 minutes in yourself during a mentor, you know how many people sign up for our mentor appointments? Quite a few, not as many as I thought, but quite a few. And they all get every mentor appointment 5-star review. And you know what happens? More than 50% of the time, they cancel the appointment. They'd rather go and party or play or do whatever come up in that moment than do their mentor appointment and have life-changing results. So Sandy, there's no need to be confused or perplexed or overwhelmed. You have help here. So let's get that mentor appointment and let's come up with some meal ideas, because I think with one of our mentors helping you come up with meal ideas that are rightly combined and ones that you love, you'll go, oh, I got it now. So you're just taking these foods and combining them this way. Oh, so sometimes just getting started, there's things in my life. Like yesterday, I'm on Instagram right now. Ain't nobody watching, but I'm on Instagram Live, and I told a person that is in the marketing business, I said, I don't do it. I said, won't nobody watch it? Actually, nobody's watching. They will. He says they'll. And I said, I don't do it. And I was overwhelmed by the thought of doing Instagram. He said, well, let me handhold you and just show you how easy it is. If you can do Facebook, Zoom, you can do Instagram. I said, I don't want to do it. I just didn't want, and that's what you're going through, Sandy, I think. I just don't need anything else to think about. I've got so much to do. So I'm so overwhelmed at times. Don't give me one more thing. He was saying, but don't you want to help more people? Of course I want to help more people. Then you got to learn Instagram Live. And I said, oh my gosh, I would have never did it, Sandy. But he made me. He had me in that appointment and he made me do it. And here I am on Instagram Live. And it's no big deal, because all I had to do is hit a couple of buttons and it's done. Same thing with your mentor appointment. It feels overwhelming. I don't have time for one more thing. Can't you be like the Matrix and just plug it into my brain and me just know it? If you can't do that, I think I'll go. These are conversations I have with people all the time. Can't do that, I think I'll just go and do some other program that's more simple. And then it don't work. And they come back and they say, I've just never give it my all. So listen, you might have it in your brain that it's just going to be too time consuming, too hard. But if you'll get that mentor appointment and have an open mind and an open heart, they'll help you. And you'll walk out of there knowing what to do for a few days. And then if you still don't know what to do after that, we'll do it again. But I think what you'll find is, wow, okay, so I can have this approved sandwich with this particular bread and an apple with that. I can do that. I think you'll go, wow, I can have a low country boil one night, or, whatever your thing is. I know that you'll get the help you need. So Tammy, would you make sure Sandy Sullivan gets that mentor calendar link and she gets signed up for a mentor appointment. That'd be great. Sandy, I think you could get, if you got serious, that 150 pounds, I think you could get that off in about a year. Even if it, let's say, look, I lost 106, 6 months, less than 6 months, but I'm 6'3" and I'm a guy. I think that you'd be able to get that off in a year. And even in 6 months, can you imagine how much better you feel 60 to 70? Wouldn't that be amazing? So let's get you started building your why. Let's build your why. Let's get you some help. Who else does this? Do you know, everybody, that if you go and get a mentor appointment, let's don't call it a mentor. Let's say you go and work with a food nutrition, a counselor, somebody to hold you accountable. I've got a brochure in there. Did I brought it in here? I can read it. At least we picked it up. We picked it up to see what she was doing. But I don't see it now. This lady, she does one-on-ones, and she was $120 an hour. $120 an hour. And you know what? We do those for no charge. So please let us help you. Those of you that are stuck, let us help. Yeah, I don't need it now. And Sasha, I just want to point this out just so you can see this real quick. Like yesterday, what I was saying, this right here. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, something's up the face weird.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm having problems with all of my social media accounts, probably because of all the hate speech reports that get told on me. Bethany says, I want to stay on plan, but I'm just wondering if I can eat approved foods at the Chinese restaurant from the guide and not take a holiday. You can. Of course you can. Yeah. Approved days are always better than holidays. So yeah. I may be missing something, Bethany. Let me read that again. I want to stay on. Okay, you want to have a perfect day. Then you could do that. You could pick out chicken. Any category 2 vegetable is going to work. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Bethany says, I know what to eat at Chinese, but I need to know if it's approved for the challenge. Yes, any restaurant you go to during the holiday season, as long as you pick out foods that are on that list, you'll be fine, and that would be approved. Sorry that I misunderstood. But what I said is valid for a lot of people. It really is. I do that a lot. Maybe I should have picked on myself. I'll try to get Sasha's permission. Like if I'm not feeling like the gym, I'll say things like, Sasha, I've been working hard at the gym lately. Well, of course. Do you think it'd be okay if I took a day off? And what I'm doing is I'm transferring that burden onto her. So we do that. Bethany wasn't doing that, but I do that. It's not healthy. It's not good for that person. It's not good for you. Hey, Marla. Well, Michelle Culpepper. On Lion and Shark Days, is 2 tablespoons of Premier Protein approved as a coffee creamer? It is not. Now, Lion and Shark Days they become very personal. Okay. We start you out with the rules for Lion and Shark Day, assuming that you're trying to detect foods that you're sensitive to. So we have to eliminate a lot of different categories of food, and then you add those back as you move forward with your Lion and Shark Day. If you did that, I'm not going to tell you did anything wrong if you're using a negligible amount of protein as coffee cream, but it's not a part of a Lion or Shark. Worcestershire sauce is fine. Mushrooms is part of a Lion and Shark Day, so that's fine. Hamburger steak or chicken with sauteed mushrooms is fine. Full fat cheese is fine. I have written down that at the end of a Lion and Shark Day, we need to do a 36-hour. That is not correct. But we do say that you need a 16-hour fast, because on Lion and Shark Days, depending on your food choices, you'll be eating higher fat foods typically, because on Lion and Shark Days, you can have real bacon, real cheese. So if you have a full fat meal for dinner, we want all that to properly be disposed of before we eat the next day, because your next day may not be a Lion or Shark Day. So if you're just having a regular perfect day and you get up and right out of bed you're eating and you have some carbohydrate for breakfast, that could cause a problem if your day preceding that was a Lion or Shark Day. So a 36-hour fast is fine, but it's not a requirement. But a 16-hour fast is. You have to follow a Lion and Shark Day up with a 16-hour fast. For the wonderful challenge, why is 1 teaspoon of peanut butter required? It is not required. That was a meal idea, Karen. That's just a meal idea on the wonderful challenge. Peanut butter is not required. In fact, you would be better from a weight loss perspective to not have the peanut butter. When we're doing challenges, there's just simply no way to include all of Shibboleth, or it would not be a challenge. So it was just meant to be a meal idea. I hope everybody understands that. When we do challenges, I probably get, especially the right before in the first week, I probably get 200 requests to add things. And it starts looking like regular Shibboleth. And the reason we do a challenge, at least the reason I do, is to narrow my focus, refrain from all of the variety because I've lost my way, and just get back started simple and get some momentum. So could I have put just a Mighty Muffin? If I didn't, I may have had somewhere in there. But could I have put just a Mighty Muffin and another line Mighty Muffin and peanut butter? I could have. But if I did that for everybody, it would cease to be a challenge. So you can have a Mighty Muffin without peanut butter. And in fact, it would be better if you did. When you have a 24 or 36 hour fast, are you still supposed to get in your 64 to 128 ounces of water, assuming you don't have a heart condition and your doctor allows that amount of water? Yes. However, you will further flush out your electrolytes. You need to be prepared for that when you're fasting. Probably not going to have that issue in 24 to 36 hours, but it can develop. So I recommend Advocare Rehydrate, or get you some Himalayan salt and just put a little bit, just a tad, maybe a third of a teaspoon of Himalayan salt in a glass of water. We want to keep your electrolytes optimized. And when you're fasting and drinking a lot of water, especially if you're also exercising, you can end up getting your electrolytes out of balance and flushing too much salt out of, and potassium and magnesium out of your system. So Sandy, I would recommend Advocare Rehydrate once a day if you're doing it. Is 2 eggs and 2 pieces of bacon an approved serving on line days? It is. I don't understand, what is the purpose of line and shark days other than weight loss? A couple of things. Number one is enjoyment. If you got to missing out on full fat cheese and regular bacon, regular sausage, any meat that's zero carbohydrate, you can enjoy on a line or shark day. So it's a set of rules that allows you, because we're all crazy. I don't mean to offend, but 80%, I can't say all. I'm crazy. My state of mind changes constantly. Either the world I live in is crazy and making me crazy, or I'm crazy. And I suspect most of y'all are crazy. One day you want to be a vegan, and one day you don't. One day you want to fast, and the next day you don't. One day you want to eat just meat, and the next day you want carbs. You say one day I'm going to be a vegan the rest of my life, and 3 days later that's over. We're all crazy. So we've got these different types of perfect days with a set of rules attached that negate the bad that it can do. Okay, so your line and shark days is a type of day where you can have full fat cheese, where on regular Shibboleth you can't have full fat. It's a type of day. You wake up, you're feeling like a nut instead of not a, what's that commercial about the almond joy or whatever. Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't. Well, you're not wanting any fat-free cheese or reduced fat cheese. You want the full thing, and you've been craving. Can't get it off your mind. You've been wanting some real sausage. Can't get it off your mind. So we come up with a set of rules that allows you to do that. If you follow the rules, you'll negate most of the adverse impact of eating that type of fat. With that said, we also, sorry, I got dry mouth today. We also, in addition to that, we put forth that program and that protocol for those that are more serious-minded and who have autoimmune disorders or have other digestive issues. We come up with a protocol for a food elimination diet. And we start with meat because meat contains all of the essential and non-essential amino acids and is less toxic than plants. So we start with meat. We go 3 days and we assess if we're feeling better. Then we start adding back lower toxicity plants and we see how we're feeling. And we start discovering through the process of addition what is causing our gut health issues. So you could also approach line and shark days that way as a food elimination protocol. That's the reason for line and shark. Karen, Travis, and everybody, yesterday I fasted for nearly 24 hours except a health-wise hot chocolate and black coffee. I could not believe the amount of energy and how amazing I felt. Yes, fasting does that to me as well. Great job. Correct. Tabitha, line days can also do what you just suggested, rebuild or reinforce discipline. Yeah, I agree. Tammy had a line day yesterday and I'm down 1.6 pounds. Good job. Diane Malone, great job. Got a few people with us. My son is now with us on Instagram. Good to have my son. Emily Childers, welcome. We're glad that you're on Instagram with us. If you'd like to, Andrea, good day. If you'd like to have get more information on Shibboleth and like to be in our Zoom classes so that you can see the things I share on the screen, go to www.shibboleth, shibbolethlifestyle.com. Shibbolethlifestyle.com. You can get started with us and you can get in these classes. Good to have y'all. Any other questions? Now, y'all didn't comment on my crazy comment. Are y'all here to tell me y'all aren't like me and y'all aren't crazy too? We have a private comment question. I'm doing a Wonderful Life challenge, but also I've been doing intermittent fasting for 10 years. So I generally fast 16 to 18 hours. So when I break my fast around 1 o'clock, I would generally have more than what's offered in the breakfast selection for Wonderful Life. Is it okay to have more egg whites or more yogurt when I break my fast? Because I'm only having 2 meals a day. Yeah, as long as I'm not worried about egg whites. They're a freebie on the program anyway. And yogurt, as long as it's approved yogurt and we control insulin secretion from the Shibboleth approved yogurts, indeed, you could do that because you're only having 2 eating episodes a day. So you could add a little. This life makes us crazy. Just wait until there's robots walking around in your house and people don't carry a phone around because it's in their head. It's coming. Nobody believes me, but it's coming. I watch this stuff all the time. It's coming. Just wait. You think it's wild now. Wait 5 years from now, if the world's still turning and Jesus hasn't come back, 5 years from now, it's going to get crazy. And People are not going to, there's no miracle coming that's going to cause people to lose weight magically without effort, but people won't care. I'm already putting my resumes in because people's not going to care. They're going to be plugged into the metaverse. If 5 years, you're not going to care what you look like. I think it's sad, not you, but the majority. Y'all ever seen that movie Wall-E? Have y'all ever seen that? Where all the people was just plugged in and they're living this other life, and you see, the thing is you'll be able to create your own avatar and it's just going to be wild. I want to continue personally developing and living the real life, even though it might be more painful. But people's just going to be up there and they're going to be universal income and they're going to be up in this cloud, this virtual cloud, and they're going to dress like they want to dress. And if they want to be a woman, they can be a woman. If they want to be a man, they can be a man. And they're just going to sit there with their little goggles on and some chip in their head, and they're not going to care what they look like or how bad they stink. It's coming. Connie, where can I find more information on Lion and Shark Days? Joni or Tammy can get you the link. All of this is in the website. I know the website's overwhelming people with so much, but it's all in the website. And Tammy was ahead of me and just posted those links. Hope you enjoy those. They're a big part of my success, physical success over the last couple of years. I love them. I get to missing full fat cheese and full fat bacon. And with those set of rules, I can do that and still get really great wellness results. Lion and Shark Days, awesome. Anybody else? Again, welcome to those that are coming into Facebook Live and those that are coming into Instagram. We appreciate you. It's good to have you. Any other questions? Is all hearts and minds clear? If so, we'll go work on the next fun thing and I'll let y'all get back to work or pleasure or whatever you're doing. Any other questions before we go today? Got another private one or comment that just come. I don't feel like the cleanse is actually cleansing. Okay. Well, I don't know how to really help you with that. Let me see what I can say that might offer some help. Answer this for me. Are you using the cleanse kit or are you doing just the cleanse meal plan? And then I'll proceed with my remarks. I don't go on my feelings, or I probably would have quit a long time ago. So you're doing the cleanse kit. Okay, so what we need to look at here is maybe an expectation that you're going to the bathroom every day. Maybe that's part of it. Here's what cleanses the body. Okay, here's what cleanses the body. Everybody write this down. Here's what Beth says, mine kicked in after 3 days. So here's the problem with our feeling instead of facts. Okay, here's what cleanses the body. Fasting, write this down, everybody. Cleanse. Fasting, hydration, water, sweating, pooping, and getting your lymphatic system draining. Those are the things that cleanse your body. No supplement can do that, okay? So let's say that again. Fasting, water, proper hydration, sweating, pooping, and draining your lymphatic system. So why a cleanse kit? If you go to Vitamin Shop right now, they've got these drinks that say the 1 day Hollywood cleanse. I cracked up when I seen it, 80 grams of sugar. That's not going to help us. What you got was the AdvoCare Cleanse Kit. It has insoluble and soluble fiber that binds to toxins, fiber does. You can also get that in through your food. But if we wanted a nudge, we got the kit. So you've got fiber and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber doesn't do as much good as the insoluble fiber, but the insoluble fiber can make you feel bloated if you have too much of it because it doesn't dissolve. It has to work itself through the entire digestive tract. And as it's doing that, it's taking undigested matter with it, so to speak. But it takes a while to work itself through it. There's no laxative effect. As it's doing that, as you're fasting and sweating and pooping, you can also deplete the good bacteria in your gut. So probiotic restore is the good bacteria that you're putting in. So we're getting the good bacteria back in to help fight any bad bacteria that's built up inside us. So that's what probiotics are, right? That's what antibiotics are. Anti means again, biotics mean life, against life. We take antibiotic, comes in, destroys all the good and bad bacteria. The bad bacteria is gone, but there's some casualties of war. That's why we get sick, the bad bacteria. It's winning. But the it's like throwing a bomb in there when we do antibiotics. And it also kills the good bacteria. So we're taking probiotics in the form of Advocare Restore to replenish the good bacteria. We can build our immune system that way. We can replenish the good bacteria growth in our gut. To speed things up, it comes with herbal tablet, herbs that have been shown to promote elimination time. So that's why I tell folks that I take the cleanse kit, even though I could cleanse without the cleanse kit. I like to speed up that process and give myself a nudge and an edge. There are times if I assess my feelings, I would not feel like I'm getting much of a cleanse because I didn't poop twice in a day or something. But I have to know. Same thing works in with your weight loss program. There are times that the scale goes up and you don't feel like you've lost any fat. You can lose fat. If I need to explain this, let me know and I'll explain it. You can lose fat, but the scale number go up. You can lose weight on the scale, but the fat in your body go up. Think about that. There's sometimes when I have a perfect day and the scale, I should have been losing weight, but I don't feel like I did because the scale went. I felt like I should have been losing fat, but the scale went up. And then in the past, I would quit. So now we have to look at what I believe is fat. That's why we have the weekly timing calendar. If I'm following the Shibboleth Shield, now I'm getting off the subject of detox. If I'm following the Shibboleth Shield, if I'm on the honor system, abiding by the daily discipline, I lost fat. If I abide by the daily disciplines for 2 days, on the third day, I am efficiently burning fat. It doesn't matter what the scales say. The scales will always lie if you look at them every 24 hours. The scales only tell the truth if you look at them once per month. Now, I weigh every day, many times a day, because I want to see how my body interacts with food, and it doesn't discourage. I never feel like it's not working because I've been doing it long. I've been doing this for 20 years. So if I'm not following the daily disciplines and the number on the scale goes down, I know I gained fat because I ate in a surplus and I didn't control insulin. These are facts. Insulin is a fat storage growth hormone. If I don't control it and I eat in a surplus, I'm going to gain weight. There's no getting around it. I talk to people all the time that say, I did better. They did our program for a week, quit. I do better going to the Waffle House and eating smothered and covered hash browns with chili on it because the next day my weight went down. No. You gain fat eating like that, but it had such all that grease had such a laxative effect on you. You lost some waste. You didn't lose fat. I'm trying to give people a system that you can trust. And the only way you know if you can trust it is if you've been consistent enough and right enough with it for months. This is what we're all up against. How many of you have been the word serial killer? How many of you have been serial dieters for years? You start, you get results, you stop, the results stop for a day or two, you quit in discouragement, frustration, anger. See, I'm the one that has to bear that. I have to bear your anger. I have to bear your disbelief, even though I'm giving you the truth. The hard thing for me is to get you to be consistent with it enough, long enough, that you become, like Tabitha, a profound believer. I want to ask you a question and know that I love you and I won't fuss it. Know that I love you and I won't fuss it. Know that I love you and I won't fuss it. Can we do a test to all encourage one another? Would y'all do this with me? Would y'all participate as I try to fight the diet devil right now? Would you be honest? Would you be honest? This is going to be profound. This I didn't plan on this. This has to be from the Holy Ghost. And if you all see this, I think it's going to blow your mind. And see, I'm not asking a question that I don't know the answer to. That's what's crazy. Maybe this will help y'all believe what I'm telling you is true anyway. I want you to answer truthfully on the honor system. Will you? Let's in Jesus' name, let's be honest for a change. I won't feel bad about your answers either. Everybody here, I want you to either put in the chat thread a number 1 or a number 2. Stay with me. Stay with me. Those of you that have heard me say that the way to success with our program is class attendance, weekly class attendance, and a really good food journal, please put in number 1. If you've never heard me say that, put in a number 2. For those of you on Instagram, so far it's all 1s. So I don't see any 2s. If there is a 2, probably somebody brand new, okay? So y'all have heard that. Now, I have a question for you, and I want you to be honest before your own inner spirit. The Holy Ghost is inside of you. I want you, and I've got one more question first. How many of you at some point since you've known me have in a way felt sick and tired of being sick and tired and you want to lose what? You've told me you want to lose weight, or told somebody you want to lose weight. A 1 for that, or you haven't gotten to a point of sick and tired of being sick and tired, it's a 2. Awesome. So almost everybody has been told, stay with me, almost everybody here has been told class attendance and journaling. That's the 2 things I need you to do if you really want to do this. The next thing is, most of you, I've seen one person that had, everybody said, I've been sick, since I've known you, I've been sick and tired of being sick and tired and I want to lose the weight. So here's the big question on the honor system before God. How many of you have attended class once per week and also journaled every day, a good journal, even on your holidays? Even on your holidays, you've journaled, and you've done that for 90 days in a row. Give me a 1 if you did it for 90 days in a row. Of course, 1 class a week, but 90 days in a row, give me a 1. If you didn't do that, give me a 2. 90 days in a row. 90 days in a row. You journaled, and you journaled right. You didn't put a mark through it on a holiday or just mark holiday. You actually went through. Y'all, some of y'all's fibbing. I know some of you's fibbing. I just seen some of you fib. Some of you forget that I know you very personally and have looked at your journal. Some of you are fibbing. This is part of the problem. Not trying to be mean, but you're fibbing. Some of you, y'all need to reconsider this. 90 days, at least 1 live class a week, and a proper journal where on your holidays, you actually did what I tell you to do, and you put in the food that you had that was wrong, and then you talk about how it made you feel for 90 days. Okay, now, stay with me. Stay with me. Those of you that did, y'all put number 1. 90 days, you give me a good effort. You put number 1. I want you to put in the total weight that you've lost, each one of you. If you're even having to ask, Sally, you didn't do it, but you've had good results. So look at the number. Look at the weight that these folks have lost. Those of you that put number 2, you put number 2. You've never did it 90 days in a row. How much have you lost? All right, let me ask this final question. Those of you that put number 2, you can see the weight loss. Some of you gained. Some of you didn't lose very much. Out of the weight loss you experienced, how much of that came from times when you were attending class and journaling something? Most of it or very little of it? Those of you that put number 2, you've never went 90 days in a row attending class and journaling, who lost some weight, not as much as the other group, but you've lost some. How much of that weight loss came from times you were attending live class and you were journaling? And most of you are saying all of it. So here's my question. Why in the hell, yeah, I said it. Why in the hell would you not do these simple things and solve this problem? Sincerely, you're adult. Don't get on to me for using a shock word to get your attention. You watch PGTV. Why in the hell would you not do what you're supposed to do when it's so simple to do it And it would change your life for the better. Those of you that have lost weight with the program, because even those of you that didn't do what you're supposed to do, when you did lose weight, it was during times you were doing what you're supposed to. Would you say that losing weight, number one, has had great impact on the joy in your life? Or would you say losing weight had little impact on the joy in my life? That would be a number two. It's the one thing that can change your life beyond anything that anybody else can ever do for you, and you won't do it. It doesn't cost you any more money to do it. It actually costs you less money to do it. It'll make you feel better than anything else, but you won't do it. I rest my case. Now, how many of you, as I led you down that path, how many of you right now are doing this? What is wrong with me? You could have already lost all of the weight. You could have wore a bikini last summer and enjoyed it. If that's your thing, you'd been so much happier. You'd be so much happier today if you would have spent all that energy that you come up, all that when you're rationalizing and justifying not doing what you're supposed to be doing, making excuses, that takes up so much energy. You could have had all that energy, because look, losing weight is hard, right? That's what y'all tell me. Which is harder, being overweight or doing what you need to do to lose the weight? That's easy for me to answer. I rest my case. Y'all have to make a decision. Are you going to do what you're supposed to do or not do what you're supposed to? Charles Grant. Can I bring you on the screen, Charles? You're not sitting there in your underwear, are you? Can I bring you on the screen? I want to ask you a question. Sandy Gregg, can I bring you on the screen? Sandy, are you where I can bring you on? If you're not, it's okay. All right, I'm going to bring y'all on the screen. I might regret this. Yeah, when you're following the leadership of the Holy Ghost, sometimes you can go, I wish I hadn't done that, but I have no regret, because that's what God wanted me to do. Hey, Sasha, if you can hear me, come here. I have promoted Charles and Sandy. Sorry, I got dry mouth because of that happy juice with the water. Thanks. Let's see if we can get Sandy on, Brother Charles. Can you hear me, Charles?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me see if I can get Sandy on.
Sitting here with my baby.
Hey, what's your baby's name?
Daisy.
Daisy. Man's best friend. Woman's best friend, too.
Oh, yeah.
Sandy, are you able to get on? Here she comes. Hey, sis.
Hey.
Hey.
I got my baby, too.
Hey there. Howdy. All right. Thank you, Sasha. So, everybody, I might get in trouble and lose friends over this, but I'm gonna talk to them for a minute. I want y'all to see yourself in my two friends. Charles, how much have you lost this go around?
145, I think, 44. March 14th, I weighed 459 pounds and stepped on my scale this morning and I was 313.6.
Way to go, man. Way to go. If I remember right, the last time you tried to lose before you gained it all back, you got down to what, 280 something?
292. I lost 183 pounds in 2019, and then all that COVID junk started and depression and all sorts of stuff. And I gained it all back with about 15 pounds. I got back to 459.
Yeah. And let's say that when you got down to the 280, now you gained it back and you've lost how much this time again?
About 144, 45, right in there.
Okay. And you're how tall?
5'9", 5'10".
Okay. So if you had kept going from your low weight last time, you wouldn't have even been able to lose 140 pounds.
No.
You would already be a walking testimony of God's grace and living your best life. Right?
Yes, sir. I was 40 pounds or so away from me and you getting pedicures done.
Yep, we had a little bet that if Charles would finish the journey, that I'd do something.
Get to 250.
Yeah. So if you had taken that same energy and you transferred the energy where you rationalized, justified, and you kept going, you'd already be at goal, right?
Yeah, probably. I may be about your size by now.
But you'd be even smaller. But praise God, you did. You got back started. And my point here for everybody is, Brother Charles, it's not that he can't lose weight. Do you know how much discipline you've lost now, a combined total, even though you had a relapse, of more than 300 pounds?
Yeah.
So you're one of the most disciplined people here.
Think about it. I have died my whole adult life. I've done that fasting thing that they had, them diet pills. I've done that. I've done a version of Weight Watchers. I've done a version of I can do this myself. I just need to do this or that. But the whole thing is, I didn't know how to eat, what to eat, with what, like you use the example all the time of a peanut butter sandwich. All you got to do is make a small pivot, get the right bread and the right peanut butter, and it tastes exactly the same as the ones that I used to eat with the white bread and the, Skippy peanut butter or whatever. Just get the Skippy natural and they don't make it no more, but double fiber wheat bread or something similar to that. You can eat that and lose weight. Grilled cheese, same thing. Get the fat-free cheese and the right bread, and you can have grilled cheese. And that's it.
So you've slayed it, and you're going to keep on this time. So when you gained it back, did you quit coming to class and quit journaling?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just quit everything. Basically sat on the couch.
But you're on the right track now.
Yes. And this time, not to mean to talk over you, but I just before, when I get up to get my steps in, I feel a guilt sets in. First thing in the morning, if I don't just get up and immediately start that, if I go to another task, it's like a gnawing, and it's the Lord, I think it is. You know what you need to be doing. You need to be doing this for you. You asked me to help you, and I'm helping you, but there's a part you got to do. I can't do it for you. So then and I feel much better when I get out and get my steps in, and then the rest of the day is mine. I do what I want to after I get. And this, Travis, I couldn't get 1,500, 2,000 steps in a day. I mean, that was me really trying. Now it ain't really nothing to get 5,000 in one lump.
Oh shoot, you were texting me like 15,000, 14.
Yeah, I mean that's in the whole day. I'm talking about just in one stepping episode, I guess what I'm trying to say. But like this morning, I had 6,000 when I got done, and come home, got a shower, and had to go to a doctor's appointment, and had to go run a few errands in town. But I done that. I got up early this morning to do that, or I would have it done and out of the way where I could do other things.
Great job, Charles. Now, when you put that weight back on, when you relapsed, how quick did it come back on?
It seemed like overnight, but I realized it took, a couple of months, maybe.
A couple of months.
2 or 3 months, about maybe 2 or 3 months.
To put back, listen, everybody, to put back on more than 100 pounds. Charles, I got a couple of questions. During that time, I want you to tell them again. Did you quit coming to class, and did you quit journaling?
Yeah, I quit everything.
Now, this time, this journey, there's been days where we've talked and you've been discouraged. Not many, but you've been discouraged. The difference this time is you come to class, you kept doing what you're supposed to do, and the motivation came back, right?
Yes, sir.
It always comes back. If you resist that tempter, it comes back.
Like right after I first started, March 14th of this year, it was during a challenge, the first master class that you had with the detox and everything. I was going to do it, and I had got COVID. So I didn't get to do that in February. And in March, you did another one, and I started it. Well, March the 25th, I lost my mother. She went home to be with the Lord. And, that could have tripped me up. That could have stopped me. But, it didn't. It was like, well, Mama's okay. I don't have to worry about her now. Now I got to worry about me, And I got 2 beautiful little granddaughters, 3 and 6 years old, that they're going to need their pawpaw. You know what I'm saying? They're going to need somebody help raising them, or I think they do. But
you got a big why. You're one of the most disciplined people I've ever met, and you just stopped doing what you're supposed to do, but you're very disciplined. The diet devil had you convinced you're not disciplined, but yet you are. And I want to introduce you to someone that is disciplined as you are, maybe the most disciplined person that I've ever met in the Shibboleth program. It's going to shock some, Miss Sandy Gregg. Sandy Gregg, would it be safe to say, since we've been working together, that you probably lost cumulative total, even though you've had some relapse, you've lost over 1,000 each other?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Do you remember that time? Do you mind, Sandy, share with them what has been you're always willing to help people, or I wouldn't have put you on the spot like this, just so everybody knows. Sandy's got such a huge heart, so vulnerable, transparent. Sandy, what's been your highway?
This past time when I got on the scale Sunday, it didn't even register. I guess it was on my Renfo. It wouldn't even register.
How much do you think it is approximately?
It was over 400 because it it registered. That Monday, it finally registered 402, I think.
402. And how tall are you?
5'5".
5'5" and 402. And Sandy, one time we worked together, and there's been a lot of times you've done profoundly well.
Yes, sir.
And one time in particular, you remember when you got down to 259?
Yes, sir. Yes,
It was going great, wasn't it?
it was.
Do you remember right after you hit that number and things was going fantastic, you disappeared on me?
I do. Yes. Yep.
And if I recall right, you told me when I finally got your attention, seemed like you were a little angry with me, but when I finally got your attention, you said that you were embarrassed to tell me you'd went on a binge.
Yes, sir.
You couldn't face me. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
Don't you wish you'd have faced me sooner now?
Amen. Yes.
So Sandy's one of the most disciplined people I know. But one of the things we have to do is, even on the days that we don't feel like it, we have to do a few simple things that keep us from falling off the planet like that. Sandy, you had quit coming to classes.
Oh, yes.
Did you quit journaling?
Yes.
Is coming to class once a week a pretty simple thing?
Yes, sir.
Is journaling your food 3 to 5 minutes a day a pretty simple thing?
Yes.
Why do you think that you quit doing those things? Because it's the same reasons these folks listening, same reasons they quit doing. Why do you think you quit?
Just FOMO, just laziness, just letting the devil get to you.
Charles, if you're still with me, I have a question for you and Sam. It's let's simplify the program. Live class attendant and journaling. Now, I know that's not what causes the weight loss. It's doing those things that cause us to put forth the efforts that cause the weight loss. Y'all follow me?
Yes,
When
sir.
we feel like doing the program, that's when we can make progress. There's going to be days, Sandy, Charles, that we don't feel like doing the program, but the live classes in the journal allow us, like playing football. Instead of throwing an interception, it's like we're going to punt. We're just going to try to hold the line. And the way to do that is, even though I don't feel like going to these classes and listening to that bald-headed idiot, as long as I don't feel like journaling, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you'll do that, the motivation always comes back. And then you can coast for a little while. It's a journey of hills and valleys, times where you have momentum and you're going downhill. And then sometimes, Sandy, you've got to keep working and go and uphill, even though you don't feel like, because both of you, the discipline that y'all have shown in the past, you both deserve wellness. And Sandy, this is your time. And you got to quit telling me that you know that I've given up on you when you come back. I have never given up on you.
You never have.
You give up on yourself.
Yes.
So you look, as many times as we fall, we've got to keep getting back up. Both of you, I've got a question. You're brave. A lot of people wouldn't do that. Charles, if you don't keep on, and Sandy, you don't do this, what's going to happen?
I want to die.
Same here.
You are.
I am. Yeah, I know that.
How do you think that's going to make your loved ones feel? How do you think that's going to make me feel?
One of the things that helped me too, when I was not doing what I would, Travis, I'd whine to you about not feeling good or not doing this or that. And, sometimes most of the time you was loving and supportive or whatever, but there's sometimes that you just got aggravated, and I know you did. You tell me it's time to get off the pity potty, to get up and do what I needed to do. I knew how to do it, and I could do it. And, that's the thing about you didn't give up on me. Like Sandy said, I give up on you. You didn't give up on me. And my Charlotte, she didn't give up on me. She said, I'll support you in anything you want to do, but Travis is right. I said, yeah.
That's my wife. I think I'm always.
But
I'm gonna ask y'all. Y'all are both loving people. Charles, what's your happy weight?
right now I want to be 250, but I think I'd be pretty happy about 225, 220. Because when I a senior in high school and I played football, my highest weight then was 222. And I wouldn't mind being back around there because, I thought I was fat then. But I've seen pictures, and look back, and I look pretty good. So, I'd like to be about that size.
250. And Sandy, what would be your happy weight? What would just make you feel so good and ecstatic?
Oh, I would still want to see 199.
199, Wonderland, right?
Yeah.
So can y'all visualize how much impact and how many lives y'all would save if you did that? You know, the Bible says that no greater love do we have than this, that we lay our own life down for the life of others. Rather than beating yourselves up, why don't you see that God has given you a tremendous opportunity? That this is not because you're undisciplined or a bad person or whatever. You went through this so that you could have a ministry, and so that you could impact others and save other lives by showing them how to overcome. That should be all the fire you need. If you could live in that moment a little while every day, y'all, get up and visualize that, what that's going to look like, what that's going to feel like. Not just that you feel more comfortable in your own flesh. I can say this because this is what transformed my life. When I seen that my testimony helped other people.
Yeah.
And Sandy, Charles, y'all have such an opportunity, not only to feel better, have more energy, but to bless hundreds, if not thousands of other people to save their own life. And both of you are capable of doing it, but you're going to have to start loving yourself, engaging in self-care, and you got to do this. And I'm talking to them, the people listening. Y'all are brave. Y'all know this. Y'all probably get tired of me talking.
No.
Never.
You've got to commit to, no matter how you feel, coming to at least one class every week, and you've got to commit to journaling. And one more thing, when that motivation level sinks and you're ashamed because you binge ate one night, that's when you say, I need help. That's when you say, I need help. It's pride. Pride goeth before the fall.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Gatlinburg, Sandy, and you had a good week and you put back on 18 of it. That's just 18. You know good and well when you come back and get on, that's gone in a couple of days.
Yes, sir.
Nothing to be ashamed of. But I want y'all to stand here with me at the end of 2023. I want you to commit to next year, this same time next year. You two will be on here. I'm going to write it down. You two will be here with me. I'll still be lean if I'm still alive. And y'all will commit with me that you will be at your happy weight this time next year. All of these folks listening will have forgotten.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
But I want y'all to write it down right now, and I'm going to write it. It is December the 9th, 2022. If the world is turning, Sandy, 199, Charles, 250.
I want to show you something I did the other day. I think I sent you a picture of this, Travis. I don't know if y'all can see that. Well, my thing's a little blurry, but see that date? See that date right there?
Yep.
I sent Travis that the other day, and he's like, "You gonna put your money where your mouth is?" That was when they started that Shibboleth wager. I said, "Let's do it."
So Charles, your goal for the 31st is what, 299?
Yes, sir.
Sandy, do you know what you weigh as of today?
379. No. It's 372, I think.
So we've got, all right, Sandy, we're going to stay on pace.
Okay.
We're going to enjoy some holidays. You're going to do those challenges. But our goal for the 31st is 350.
Okay, let's
All
do
right?
it.
350 for you, 299 for Charles. Work hard and we'll play hard later.
Yes, sir.
I
Sounds
love
good. Hey,
Thank y'all for sharing. I hope everybody let y'all hear it and how much they appreciate you being transparent and vulnerable. And Sandy Gregg, don't you give up on yourself. You're too valuable to everybody that loves you. And you've done it. You've done it
Yes.
so many times. And I know that you can do it again. We
Yes.
got to get where we manage those vacation days.
Yes, sir.
That's really the thing that gets you. And
Yes.
it's not the vacation days, it's that you don't come back after vacation.
Sandy,
Yes,
if
sir.
I can help you, sister, you just reach out on Facebook or whatever, message me we'll just help each other if you want to, because I know exactly
Absolutely.
where you're at. Because I've been
Thank
there.
you. Thank
I've
you.
been miserable. You can
Yes.
ask my sweetheart over there. I didn't even like myself. So I know where you at, where you been, what you going
Right.
through.
Sandy,
Thank you,
Yeah.
Charles.
You
Sandy,
just holler at me.
one more thing. No starvation tax.
No,
Do it the right way.
no.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. I love y'all so much. Thanks for coming on. Hey,
Love
everybody.
you.
I have run over and I've got an appointment to go to. Lately we've been closing out with prayer. I will make sure I pray for those that have asked for prayer. I've got to get to an appointment. I love y'all so much. We'll do our drawing Monday. Everybody will still have a shot to win the t-shirt or the gift card. Y'all pray for these two beautiful, beautiful people. I hope you'll pray that they can start seeing themselves through our eyes, because y'all are beautiful, Sam.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Love y'all.
Too. God bless.
Love y'all.